J Drone here. This is the AKASO X5KW FPV. This did not come with a remote. My friend John hooked me up with a remote, so we're gonna take a flight with a remote. We're also testing the Noiposi 850 mAh LiPo battery. So this is time trial. Houston, we have a problem. Went to push the battery in the terminal, and the female connector kind of dropped down. So with that, I was able to pull it up, and we're not putting it back in that slot. We're just going to connect it outside of that slot. I'm just going to take this and take the battery, and we are going to plug it in. And now she's in, and then I'm going to slide the battery in. Does fit snugly. You don't need the battery door on, and with these wires like that, it's definitely going to hold it. But again, if those wires weren't like that, it fits pretty snug. You probably won't need it. And again, the X5KW drone from AKASO is meant to be flown with a smart device, not a controller. It was okay. That was my first full flight with a smart device, but again, my friend John hooked me up with a controller, and now we're going to take it for a flight with a controller. And again, this is a time trial on that Noiposi 850 mAh battery. And not going to get much of a flight time if I keep smacking trees here. I'm going to have to turn this up to a higher rate because I am dealing with a little bit of wind here. And this is a nice drone. This is kind of along your X5 clone series. Your mAh X5, your Striker, your Quadcopter Pro Cam. All share almost the same body shell, and this one resembles a Striker as far as the body's concerned, and as well as the blades, red in front and your whites in back. You can see it flips nicely. Again, I'm dealing with wind here. This is a mildly aggressive flight, so whatever I get here, you could probably add it a minute. I'd say probably add 1 minute or so. I mean, maybe even a little bit more than that, but we'll be safe and say 1 minute. And again, this did not come with a controller. I was very confused when I opened this up. I'm like, what? How am I gonna fly this? And it said do it with an app. So I downloaded the app. I did do a full flight with it. But what I'm going to show you here is the actual flyability. There's no way in heck I'd be flying over trees and taking this up high in altitude just controlling it from an app. Not that I don't trust that the app is binded to the quadcopter really well, because I don't really know how that works, but I'm sure it is. It's just the fact that controlling it on a touchpad, I constantly had to look down to make sure my fingers were where they were supposed to be on that touchpad, and then look back up. And with wind can take the drone very quickly, so I kind of got to keep your eyes on the drone. And with the controller, I know my left stick and my right stick. I have no issues with where my hands have to be, so I'm able to fly over these trees without any issue. I'm able to fly in the wind without any issue and not have to bob my head up and down. Starter drone, I'd say definitely. You could definitely pick this up as a starter drone. If you're tech savvy, get this one. This one didn't come with a controller. It was a little bit cheaper without the controller. And again, if you're tech savvy and you can play with touchscreen devices and control it easily, it might be the way to go. Myself, I'm used to a controller. I think it's cool it could be operated off of the cell phone, but I'm used to a controller, so I like flying with the controller. This did come with a camera, obviously, Wi-Fi, FPV capabilities, but again, I'm testing the battery here. It's Noiposi 850 mAh, and we're going for max flight time. The battery is charged, so whatever we get out of here, you could expect to get with a fully charged battery from these guys. I will have the link on the bottom. I will also have drone days. I'll have that link on the bottom. What's drone days? Well, it's a pretty cool group that I got going. I have a lot of flyers in there, from novice to expert. I don't consider myself expert, so I have flyers in there that well surpass my knowledge. And it's basically a group kind of to BS go back and forth with one another. Need help with something? Ask. Have an issue with a quad? Talk back and forth. And also to have light pissing contests, like, hey, this is what I got. Well, this is what I got. Look what I did. Nah, look what I did. It's fun. I really have a good group there. We go back and forth a lot. The link for that will be at the bottom too. Most everybody has Facebook. If you're on Facebook, just click the link. Click join and I'll accept you. And you can post pictures. You can post video of your drones, any questions, comments, whatever you need. That's what we're there for. We're growing very quickly. I'm, again, very happy with drone days. And as you can see here, guys, we're almost hitting about the 6-minute mark. I'm taking about a minute off for setup, so about the 5-minute mark. That's about average for a non-charged battery. So I'd like to surpass this by double, minimum. I can't think of off the top of my head what came in this stock. I'm pretty sure it was like a 550 or a 600 mAh. So we're well surpassed the mAh as far as the stock battery goes. You can see me kind of screwing around here. Did a nosedive, and damn, sure did do a nosedive. One of my props are bent upwards. Let's see, we're gonna try to flatten this out and continue flying. Feel, see if this, yeah, it's pretty smooth. We should be alright. Basically what I was doing there, I was killing throttle, pushing forward, and then reversing my triggers. And what that does, that's a way that you can do a manual flip without pressing the action button up, down, left, right. As you can see, I don't really know how to do it too well. This is kind of the first time that I'm trying it. One of my friends, one of my subscribers on my YouTube told me about it. He said certain drones that you can do it with, and I'm trying it with this one. I don't know if this is one of the drones you could do it with, but giving a valiant effort. That kind of looked like I did it. I don't know. Definitely kind of screwing around here. Be careful if you're going to be screwing around like this, because you can see how erratic it's acting. Definitely make sure you're on your property, that you're not going to go over towards somebody else's property and possibly damage something, which if this hits anything, it's pretty light. It's probably not going to damage anything. It'd probably damage itself prior to damaging anything, but still, I'm sure neighbors don't like hearing a thud and seeing somebody walking on their property picking up a drone. At least I know I wouldn't. So again, be careful when you're flying, especially screwing around like I am right now. And we are coming up on 8 minutes, again subtracting a minute for that setup time, so about 7 minutes, which would be average. That's about average flight time for a general quad this size. And that is the action button there. I'm not manual flipping it right now. The manual flip, you'll kind of see the propellers cut out, it drop down, and then me throttle back up and flip. Again, not a pro at it, definitely trying to be a pro at it. That's how you become a pro at things, by trying and practicing things. And here, let's see if we can do it up here high in altitude. No, we're gonna bring it back quick. I'll take it back up there and try it again. Wind's kind of pushing it back that way. And then the pitch on it's not crazy where it's dive bombing. It's a nice pitch. Again, a drone with a crazy pitch, I'm not suggesting for a beginner. A drone with a nice pitch like this, where it's not over excessive, definitely a beginner drone where you're not going to hit the ground because it's pitched down so far. And this thing gets up there, likes to climb. No issues whatsoever using this controller that was not meant for this. Bam. See, I'm trying. It's kind of flipping and then going up. I'm definitely probably doing something wrong here as far as that flip goes. Definitely looks cool. And again, you can see how far I'm flying away from myself. Also altitude, so definitely giving this an A+ as far as flyability goes. And there, you kind of see I just did it, and no, okay, we're good. Thought I was definitely gonna have to climb that. I have no issue climbing trees. I actually kind of enjoy climbing trees. It's definitely challenging, but today I really didn't want to climb a tree. That's why I was kind of going no. When you crash in a tree, you crash in something, you lose your drone, keep your controller binded. I'm looking on the ground, I'm not seeing it. Lightly throttle up, and bam, it's right there. I was able to hear it and find it. As you can see, I also don't have my propeller guards on. The only time I suggest you put propeller guards on is if you're indoors. And again, don't just rip it out of the tree. You can see me, I kind of shaked it, jiggled it, and then pushed it forward around the limb. If you were to rip that out of the tree, good possibility you'd bend one of your shafts to your motors that control your propellers, and then you wouldn't be flying properly. But again, propeller guards inside, go outside, take them off. They're generally really easy to take off. Sometimes they just pop out, other times you got to remove one Phillips screw. Right now we're pushing 11 minutes. Again, we're going to take a minute and a half off for the crash and for the setup. So we're probably about 10 minutes roughly. 9.5 give or take. So this is definitely an upgraded battery. Definitely a good battery to run on this drone. And I'm going to test it further with other drones just to give you an idea of what other drones will have. And again, I don't have the camera on it. Bam! Smacked a tree. And we're back up. Nice. I don't have the camera on it at all. I don't have the battery door compartment on it at all. So it's mild weight reduction there, and also again, the camera's not on it, so I'm not draining the battery in excess. I wanted to fly, I wanted to give you a max flight time. If you're going for max flight time, take the battery door off, take the camera off, stick the battery in, and have fun. I'm having fun. As you can see, I'm flying pretty high up in altitude, playing around with the manual flip thing, dropping throttle, pushing forward, and then trying to reverse it and do it. I think that's how you do it. And I think I got it once or twice. And again, you can see the tree there. It's pretty windy. This is handling. Lights are blinking. We're about ready to come down, I'm sure. Bam! I'm J-Drone. If you haven't subscribed, please do, and have a wonderful day.